have here the presence of one of our members of the advisory board, Dr. Harilash Kumaras. Thank you for being here. Thank you for forming part of this family of ASSIST-IoT. And today we have a session in which we have explained you the project, our advances, and first, I would like to know your global opinion of the project.
First of all, Nacho, thank you very much for having me and inviting me in this very interesting session. ASSIST-IoT offers a very novel solution in the IoT domain that enables the interoperability, which is one of the hottest topics and one of the biggest challenges in the IoT sector. So I believe that the solution that ASSIST-IoT brings in the market is something that will really change the way that IoT services can integrate and interact with the whole ecosystem now of the networks and the other services as well.
Thank you. Nice that you brought up this thing about interoperability and new technologies, because what we want actually is to deliver this next generation of IoT deployment services, right?
Yeah.
And basing on these cloud-native trends, we built our orchestrator that would allow the deployment of these advanced services. And we want to make it one step beyond, including AI, DLT. Do you see that we are going in the right direction with the technology we're including?
Artificial intelligence, I think, is the next big thing to make networks, services more intelligent towards zero touch, so to minimize the intervention of the human and to have an intelligent system that alone can understand the context and to adapt itself to the context respectively. So I think that the inclusion of the AI, the smart orchestration of the resources, of the deployment of the service, of the placement of the service, either before the runtime, during the runtime, or the decomposition time of the whole service, I think it's the key in order to make ASSIST-IoT service to follow the recent developments in the networks, for example, in 5G, in 6G networks that are coming now. So I think that by this way we make the whole IoT domain much more smarter, and also it becomes ready to be integrated in this intelligent environment.
Correct, because our idea is to make it as generic as possible for this new wave of technologies, as you mentioned, 5G, 6G and evolution, and also taking advantage of spanning the whole continuum, right?
Correct.
Since device, through edge, all the way to the cloud, including concepts like federation, with this learning, advantaging the AI, cooperating different nodes with technology we made, and open source and available. So we are looking to go to that direction. For that, we are doing these documentation efforts, and we would like to know your impression on how it should be put into the global public to be actually impactful.
Yeah, I think that there are two directions that you can consider. The first one is that the outcomes of the project will be a reference point. So all this documentation can be further used by all the interested parties in order to deploy their own solutions using the components and the outcomes of the project, but also building their own solutions. So there is, let's say, the theoretical part. It's very good because you are building a very good documentation, that it is a very good source for all these interested parties to see what you did, what were the results, the lessons learned, and to build on top of this. This is a very good point. Now, the second very good point are the actual results, all the software components that we are building, that I think that after the completion of the project we can consider a takeover by the target groups to continue developing and the evolution of this component, either integrate them in other solutions or even breaking the whole thing in a more mature phase for commercialization. And I think that is the most important point.
Thank you very much, and exactly what we pretend with your introduction on the project, and also bringing external parties as open call projects, trying to validate our technology, and not only, also bringing this perspective of how to document, how to evolve to make results and funding from the European Commission useful and impactful for the society. So thanks for your comments today, thanks for being part of ASSIST-IoT, and to the next time.
Thank you also very much for having me.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.